Dome Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now we're gonna be talking heavyweights, right? We've been doing a lot lately. We had a whole lot going on up there right now. Negotiations and things like that. Well, we had Anthony Joshua's Deontay Wilder didn't happen because we had a deadline, 24 hours. They got in the way with the Alexander Povetkin fight. You know, his contract was getting signed and was going to be sent by a Friday. I forget the date, about 2 weeks ago, Friday. Instead of waiting for that Friday and we have a signed contract of that 15 million that everyone seems to be wanting to talk about that he should sign now, that was done then. It was on its way on a Friday. But on a Wednesday, we get a deadline from the WBA saying he has to fight Alexander Povetkin and that should be signed within 24 hours. Right? That's been 2 weeks and a day ago. All right? I'm going to say that first so everybody can keep focusing on how long that. When somebody gives you a deadline for something, you know what I mean? I got 24 hours or something going to go down. And people get scared at the 23rd hour, right? Everybody's, ready up, dressed right, dressed, ready, sergeant, we ready. 24 hours and somebody come, right? But if you don't come to 2 weeks later, man, they're going to be chilling, feet all up on the furniture, doing what they do, drinking out, smoking out, having a good time. You could come up, man, we was expecting you 2.5 weeks. What, you got something for us to do? Ha, ha, ha. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody take you serious after that. But you just gave a deadline of 24 hours, 2 weeks and a day ago. And we supposed to believe you really stopped negotiations and you really care, right? That everything had to stop because of this deadline. I'll make sure people focus on that if you come to this channel, right? But anyway, we ain't really even talking that. We're talking about Mr. Joseph Parker's trainer, Kevin Barry. Kevin Barry then came out and said, man, if anybody would listen to me, for a long time, he's got Deontay Wilder beating Anthony Joshua. Period. Good to mention so people can understand why Wilder's significant. Sometimes, people forget that, the main thing is people think he can beat Joshua. That's the intrigue. That's probably why he shouldn't be signing no 15 million contract before 2 fights are open. Right? It's ridiculous talking about a contract in April when the contract was already signed. We're still talking about it was been signed before 15 million. It's really ludicrous if you ask me. So the reason is Kevin Barry is saying, hey, he got Wilder, his unpredictability and his punch knockout power. He's got Wilder in this. Been saying it for a long time. Now I'm gonna put that article in the description box, so you don't get mad at the guy telling you, right? You just go and listen to what this man is saying, right? You do that. Now, speaking of Joseph Parker's guys, Joseph Parker got a fight with Dillian White, right? And that's not gonna be easy. Joseph Parker's a guy. Really, guys, this guy, he's moving, man, to have fought, he's fought Tackle, in one of those, Tackle had a full training camp with him. So it was a hard fight, wins it. Hard fight with Hughie Fury, to go to England, wins it. And they think Hughie Fury is easy. If anybody wants to think that, you're going to see Hughie Fury is the goods. He just has to let his hands go a little bit more. He's not one punch knockout power, but he has high skill level. You're going to see if you don't know that already. A win over Hughie Fury, everyone's not going to be saying that. Remember that I'm telling you. If you don't know already. Hughie Fury is the goods, right? So, got that. Went to Anthony Joshua, barely lost that fight. Now, that fight against Anthony Joshua, I think his team, Joseph Parker's team, these are good people so far. I haven't seen anything that I can't really say that these are good people, man. They seem to be pretty honest people, right? What they've been through in that fight with Anthony Joshua to be still this kind of cool about it, because you get irked. I don't know if all you guys know, the referee for that fight, Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker, could barely speak English. I seen an interview. Kevin Barry was trying to ask him questions about, are you going to let him fight up close or are you not? And he barely understands him, right? He speaks broken English, so he just knows clinch and break. He doesn't know much. Now, the question would be, we're in England, aren't we, for that fight, right? With two guys who speak English. And we're going to have why would we have a referee that can't speak English? What is the British Board of Boxing thinking of? What are you thinking? What is your thought process? And then you would think that if they did do that, well, he would be renowned. Doesn't matter what language. He's got the charisma, the respect of the fighters. He's done so many major fights that don't matter what he said. He just look at you, you know what he's trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. I don't know. Just coming up with something. But the dude would nobody know him anyway. So what was that all about? Really, this is something for everybody to think about on that fight. What did we get him for anyway? First of all, regardless if he spoke English, but then to get him, and then he not even speaking English, he can't communicate with the fighters. Why would you do that world title fight? Somebody that's huge. And some more details around that why that don't come out. Cause see, I'm telling you about you, dude. You start telling the truth, things happen. Okay, that's why people think I'm worried about monetizing and stepping up the level. Because I already know what time. I know that I am a guy who you have some substance, man. You gotta have something about you. Some honor or something. Some integrity, things like that. So you just ain't gonna be saying nothing for what if it's not true. You know, or if something's unjust, you're gonna say something about it automatically. Well, I am for sure. So that's kind of huge to have that referee for a world title fight. Matter of fact, a unification fight, WBO and then Joseph Parker, when you had the IBF and the WBA on the line with your boy Anthony Joshua. That's too big to have that kind of discrepancy in there, right? It's another thing. So those are things to think about. Now I'm gonna go into another video about this, but right now, what we're trying to say here is Kevin Barry is another guy, right, who's been saying it forever, who thinks Deontay Wilder can beat Anthony Joshua, right? And there's hordes of them, right? So there's nobody here who just hating on Joshua. We would like to see the fight. We didn't get the fight. We think we know why from what we have seen. No one is making anything up, right? And the people around in the boxing community, the boxers themselves, the managers themselves, the David Caldwells, the Furies of the world, it doesn't matter, the Frank Warrens of the world or whoever of the world, right? I can keep going. The list goes on and on. Think that Deontay Wilder will knock this cat out. That's why he doesn't be sign no contract when Anthony Joshua still has a fight open. So does he with somebody, and then we're gonna have to sign a contract for a fight after that. Makes no sense whatsoever. Everyone knows it, and make sure I'm going to keep repeating it. The contract for that 15 million that people are trying to talk about now for April the 13th, that would have been signed 2 weeks ago. If the WBA would have just waited till Friday, it was on the way, but for some reason they didn't want to wait till Friday, right? On a Wednesday. That was 2 weeks and about a day or two ago. So what time is it? Doma Sports Talk. Worldwide. I'm about here, y'all.